Hey, this is Adrian Gomez with 212 Athlete. I really appreciate you sending these in and being a part of 212 Athlete in our online program. So let's get into this. So I'm gonna take off of your back hip. I'm gonna take this angle. It's about 112. You can see as you go this way, you're kind of straight up and down with that back leg, and it could be. I think it's a little bit more on this left one, but right around the same. And what I'd like to have happen is the lower you can sit in this position, the harder you're going to throw. So we've got to be lower to the ground, and that's going to help you generate more force off that back leg. So power to the back leg is number one weakness. So again, that back leg is going to reduce this. Let's see, right when you plant your front foot, right when you plant, right out of this angle, it's 71 degrees. And what I'd like to see happen is power to that back leg. You're going to be pushing for a longer period of time, and it's going to push your legs out in this position. So if we can get up to 100 degrees, that's basically 1 foot of extension with your legs. And if you can get that extra foot of extension, you're going to be able to push for a longer period of time. So not only do you need to stay down, but right when you're about to push that back leg, your front leg hits the ground, and therefore it's hard for you to push with your hips out of that. So you're missing your legs out of that. Let's go to the next one. So double angle, planet foot strike, that's going to be important. Front knee, so watch where your front knee goes. Your knee's internally rotated, and you have to suck that knee back and straighten your foot just to throw the ball. So it's 21 degrees of movement. You can see that front knee. It's really having to move a lot and just to be able to throw the ball. So once you plant, we need to make sure our knee gets over that front side right here early, so I don't have to move my knee as much, and that's really taking power away from your back leg as well. So that's what we call an internally rotated front knee. So that needs to improve. Your front angle, front leg. This is fabulous. It should be below 110. Not below 110. Above 130. My bad. So 153 is fabulous. You're doing a good job out of that. So internally rotated, drive that back leg, and then be able to step a little bit further. I think those are the 3 things out of the lower body that are going to help you the most. All right, let's get into upper body. First, let's go into release point. So release points. Release point's quite a bit back here, and what that means is it's right over that front foot, and you're throwing the ball almost straight up and down. And what that does is it puts a lot of pressure on the elbow and in front of your shoulder. And I'd like to see you get out further. And here's the stat right here. It's what we call a chest extension, and I'm going to measure right off your back hip up to your shoulder. You're about 33 degrees, and what I'd like you to be is around 50. So I want this chest to go to that line, and to be able to your chest and your head to get over that front foot, so I can push this release point further and further past my front foot. That's going to help you, number one, throw harder, and number two, it's going to feel a lot better on your arm, putting less stress on your arm. So that's release point. Release point is a problem. Chest extension is a problem. You'll find that on 212athlete.com on the online portal. All right, so let's get into stacking. So stacking out of this, that back knee needs to be bent, and your upper body needs to be back. So basically this head needs to stay back as long as you can, and what that's going to do is allow you to drive with your lower half for a longer period of time and to be able to drive your chest into it at the last minute. So out of the back leg, so that stacking is really going to help everything. So stacking, upper body needs to stay back for a longer period of time. You're really athletic and everything looks pretty together. I mean, it looks collected, but we're just going to polish this up a little bit and make it look even better. Front glove, you're pinching pretty well. You can see that front glove pinch, but right here you can see it go down, so your glove kind of stops. What I'd like to have happen is that this front glove slides. Let's see here. Front glove slides this and doesn't rotate down. So the higher it can stay, the more it can stay up, the better rotation you're going to have with your back and chest. All right, so front glove needs work. Let's look at high elbow. It looks like you have some straps on your shoulder, so that you can protect yourself. Might have some shoulder pain, and the reason why you have shoulder pain is because of this statistic right here. So you're at 145 degrees. You're elevated. Your elbow's way too high. It needs to be there. So what we need to do, you have a high elbow, elevated distal humerus. What you need to do is be able to get it lower, and all of the drills that we do when it comes to the weighted balls and all of the bands, if you can start doing them, you're going to see a decrease in that very quickly, and your shoulder's going to feel a lot better. So high elbow for sure. I don't think you have an arm fly out because of that high elbow. It's pretty good. And then the chest extension, which is at 33. I want it to be about 50 degrees. So if you can fix those things, I know that's a lot. Don't feel like it's a lot. Like I'm not criticizing you to the point where you got to completely change everything. But if you fix those things, just inches here, inches there, your arm's going to feel so much better. You're going to have less pain on your shoulder, and that will allow you to, number one, throw harder, and then just feel better in general. So thanks for being a part of 212 Athlete. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions.